Alright. Hopefully this is better. Yeah, it's slightly better at my FPS. So we'll have to see. Well, it looks like that both teams are going to be keeping their comps. Keeping their comps from the last fight. In fact, CrossFire actually has the Pharah this time. I really don't like the comp from them because they're not really able to fully commit with their Pharah's picks, but the Pharah is getting 2 picks right here, but both picks are traded. It's a very even fight still. The Diva's blocking the Pharah's bullets right now, so we'll have to see how everything goes out. The Diva's out of mech, and both the Ana, Lucio are low. The trades are still coming in. A very even fight so far. It's still extremely even. It's about a 2v3 right here. And it looks like that Claymore is just trying his best in staying on the point. And staying on the point and just trying to stall it out as long as possible. But it looks like the Crossfire is going to take the point finally. They're very close. And it doesn't seem that Red. Yep. They take the point finally. And they're going to be coming up on the Nano Boost. And nothing else. K2K has kept her, is very close on her ultimate as well. And the ult advantage is actually pretty even on both sides because that first fight was very even. So this next fight isn't going to be guaranteed for Crossfire. Here comes the Blade. And another fucking hell. And a counter barrage from Crossfire. It was very well done in how they handled that. It was very well done in how they handled that fight there. I liked it because they just countered bladed. No, wait, they counter barraged. And I'm surprised that Oladios didn't do a barrage in combination to try to see if he could get there. He is going to be coming in with a barrage here, and he takes out the Ana. Ooh, but the Deadeye comes out and basically destroys that entire fight. It looks like that Oladios, but a very nice triple kill coming from Claymore is going to be able to turn around that fight, and it looks like that they're going to be retaking this. Nicely done from Claymore. Very nice play there. Alright, so they're going to be retaking the point. 84% on the side of Crossfire. So it's going to be a very difficult fight ahead for RedGuard, and Crossfire is going to have the ult advantage. They're going to have Bomb and Shatter and Nano. And they're also going to be extremely close on Barrage. I'd recommend saving the Nano and going for the Bomb Shatter because they're going to get a lot more value out of the Bomb Shatter than a Nano target. So let's see what fight they're going to be doing. They're going to be pushing in from White and pushing straight to the point. He's going to be looking for Shatter. He's probably going to Shatter... Yep, he decides to Shatter the Nanoing Winston, and here comes the Bomb. The Bomb gets 2 people, but it's looking like Red is going to be holding on to the point so far. Yep, Red is going to be still holding on to the point. And the best thing that Crossfire can do is get out, regroup, and go into the next fight. It looks like that Crossfire is coming up on Beat, Nano, and Barrage. And on the side of Red, they have Beat, Blade. They're going to have Pulse in the next fight, and Barrage. So the ult advantage is slightly in Red's favor. So they're going to have to get a lot of value out of this Nano Barrage if they want to hold on. Here comes Beats on both sides with both barrages coming out. And it looks like that Red is going to still be holding on. Very nicely done in how they handled those barrages. It was basically a 50-50 in what would happen there, and Red comes out on top with a lot more value out of their barrage and Blade. So the only thing that they have left here is Nano and maybe High Noon. So they're going to have to get value out of this Nano McCree. And I don't know what Ritzko was doing. He was just pushing up there when he could have held back and get a Nano McCree there. It looks like that the fight is even, but the Transcendence is coming out, and it looks like that Red is going to be taking this next fight. Yep. Yep, it's only K2K left, and he's taken down. And there's that fight. It's really unfortunate for what happened during that last fight, but Ridska did a very questionable play in pushing up when he had Nano. Like, he could have stayed back and Nano the McCree. He was just kind of pushing up there. It's really unfortunate. Well, here comes the next fight. It's going to be Gadget. It looks like that they're switching up the support. It looks like Ritska is saying, I'm not really playing too well on Ana. I'm going to be, want to switch it up. So we'll see how that goes. And they're going to be keeping the Pharah here. Both teams are going to be pretty much keeping their same comp. Yeah, it's going to be pretty much triple DPS dive and 2-2-2. Yep, both teams are playing extremely standard right now. Pretty much nothing is really changing right here. They're just kind of doing some poke damage, trying to look for an opening. And King Pharma does get an opening, a second opening as well. And it looks like that CrossFire is going to be taking this point here. The Pharah battle is happening right now, and the Tracer is going onto the supports, but it's looking like the point is going in the favor of CrossFire. Very nicely done from King Pharma to open up that point with those two amazing picks. Very nicely done from him. But, ooh, they should have been committing to killing those people on point. They're just like, they're allowing Red to just come in and stall as long as possible. And thankfully they do manage to get the point, but it took them way too long to get that. Well, looking at the ult advantage, it looks like that both teams are going to be fairly even, and Claymore is going to be on the Tracer. He's going to have Pulse Bomb. If the Tracer gets a very nice pulse on Gadget here, it's going to be an easy fight here, but Pizza is able to take Super Blaze, and Dieter takes out Milchman. So again, it goes into the fight, into the advantage, and they're going to be taking this next fight as well. Best thing that Red can do is just back out and build up their ultimates. They can't be liberal with their ultimates right now. They just need to save them for a combo. That's the best way how Dive can deal with this triple tank setup, where triple tank is defending. They're gonna have Barrage, Blade, maybe, and maybe Beat, but all 6 ultimates on the side of Crossfire. So we're gonna see how this goes. Farba does take out Claymore. Very nicely done for there, and K2K uses his Barrage and is taken out, but again the fight is going in the favor of Crossfire. The Blade comes out, and both teams are just kind of throwing their ultimates out to see what happened, and looks like the Red is going to be turning this fight around with a very nicely done on the Blade and Transcendence to pull that fight back. That was a very nice call from Milchman and Riot. Yeah. When you're running Dive, you cannot hold up close there unless you have like maybe like a CC ult to push them back. Ooh, the Shatter gets 2 people and almost a third, and both sound barriers are used. It's traded right now, and it's actually even, and it does go on the side of Red. It's only slightly in Red's favor right now. We're gonna see what happens. The sleep is down. Yep, and it looks like the Red is gonna be holding on again. It's looking like Crossfire is having struggle like pulling back these fights. They seem to be like wasting their ultimates, not getting enough value out of them as they should be. While Red is getting a whole lot more value out of their ultimates, especially their barrages. It looks like that Eladios is getting lots of value out of his barrages. Same with Claymore and Milchman on their ultimates as well. Riotman is keeping is also doing really well and getting his Transcendences up, and it looks like that they're going to be committing again. The Dragon Blade comes out, and it's going to be taking out Farba and Gadget. Pita is going to take down Milchman, but looks like Red is going to hold on again. I'm really not sure why they're deciding on keeping this, why Crossfire is deciding to keep this Pharah. It doesn't make much sense, really. You should have been switching to a soldier or something. Like, the McCree was doing work. It's not like the McCree was a bad pick. It's just, I think that double hit scan or something like that would work so much better. Alright, here comes a sound barrier and a nano. Farba does take out Claymore, but it's looking pretty even right now. Actually, very nicely done on that barrage there. He's able to get 3 kills and they managed to turn the fight around. It looks like that Crossfire might be able to hold on to this point. The best thing that Red can do is use their Transcendence and their other ultimates to pull this fight back around. And here comes the Transcendence and the Primal Rage, and they do manage to get 2 picks actually. And Adiva's also out of mech, so Red is definitely in favor right now in pulling this fight through. Oh man, that beat was taken out, but it looks like that Red is gonna retake this point. No matter how hard Crossfire could do, they just weren't able to pull it through. And the only person left is Gadget and Ridska. They do get a beat off, so they could pull this back to salvage it, but it looks like that they're not going to be able to do it. The only left here is K2K being able to pull off an insane barrage. And maybe the Pita of Ridska getting their ultimates up. But it is looking unlikely. Actually, they could pull it back here. It's going to be very difficult, but they could pull it back here. It's only Oladios left on point. Wow. Like, I was not expecting them to pull that back. That was an insane pullback from Crossfire. That was an insane round, actually. They're still in this fight. They're like, we're not gonna lose this yet. We still got stuff up our sleeve. And let's see what they got. I also apologize for not having the highest of FPS right now. I'm still trying to set up OBS and getting all my casting settings up to date, you know, making it look nice while having good FPS. I'm still working on it. So, it looks like that. So, both teams heading back on this point, and it looks like they're going to be committing with the Fair Mercy. It's like half dive or so. Not really sure what they're going to be getting out of this comp. I don't really like it too much, but they could maybe make this work. The Fair Mercy are going to be pushing on bridge while everybody else pushes white. Everybody trying to do a pincer move, but it's not really working out. But I don't really like this play so far, or their comp. But K2K does take out the Riot Man. And the Pita takes out Super Blaze, and they're going to be taking out a lot of people. So, they're pulling this back. They're still in this match. They're not giving up yet. With that amazing comeback from before, it's going to be insane. But, oh no, K2K, why did he die there? Because Red is going to immediately engage because Crossfire is 1 down. They have to take out Gadget right now because he does have res. Gadget is low, and they're going to have to take him out. They're going to have to do it quickly as well. They do get the res off to save themselves, but it's going to be a very close fight here. Claymore does take out Gadget, K takes out Ilaria, and it's only 2 people left on point. So they do hold on to the point for as long as they can. I'm not sure why Super Blaze is still fighting this. He's just staggering himself. Both teams are going to be fairly... Actually, the ult advantage is going to be going out on the side of Crossfire, with them having beat Visor, Shatter, and Barrage. And it looks like the Super Blaze is just trying to commit and trying to take out as many people as he can. Latios, and another wasted beat. Oh no, and the Pizza commits suicide there. Oh no, he might have just threw that fight. It's 100% winnable right here for Red. Oh no. Pita, why did you do that charge? Very unfortunate. It looks like... Yep, and it looks like the ult advantage is heavily in the favor of Red right now. The best thing that CrossFire can do is just try to pull out their ultimates and save for a complete wipe. But we're gonna see. Because dive defense is not... Because dive defense is very viable, so it's gonna be extremely difficult. Here comes the Primal, and they immediately just use 3 ultimates. They just... Yeah. Red basically just threw all those ultimates in that one engagement. They just committed all of them at one time. They should have saved a few ultimates, because they just like used a whole bunch there without getting any value out of them. They needed to combo them, because they used Primal, Bomb, and Blade without barely getting any kills. I'm not sure what that play was there. They're going to be committing here, and they're going to have to use their Transcendence if they want to win this.
Experience tranquility.
The Beat and Transcendence come out. And it is fairly even right now. Ooh. And it looks like the CrossFire is going to be holding on to this point as well. Yeah, it was that one fight that Red did that cost them that one round. They just immediately committed almost all of their ultimates in that one fight. They just committed all of them without getting any value. Very unfortunate. It's 2-2. CrossFire has done the impossible and being able to pull this fight back into their favor. They still have a shot at winning this. The only thing they need to do is just play very well on the map that they were able to clutch on. So, coming off of that last win, they're going to be on fire. They're going to be like, guys, we got this. They're going to be all pumped up. Well, Red just has to calm down and be like, okay, we got to collect our thoughts right now, and we got to win this. They got to really watch their ult management here. They cannot waste any of their ultimates if they want to win this. Pizza was actually caught out there for a second. And they're going to be trying to commit and killing this Mercy in the back, while in reality their dive shouldn't be committing on killing the Mercy right now. Because Mercy doesn't have res. Mercy without res, like, yeah, she is a fairly easy target, but you shouldn't be worrying about her. She's not the most important person. You can let her build up res in that case. So it wasn't a good dive target, and they just got split up because Super Blaze just committed on killing the Mercy, while everybody else just kind of spread out their damage. They kind of just like threw that fight. Any ultimates coming up is going to be King Farba going to be close to his visor, and Rayman actually they're not running this in Yada anymore. They're not running triple DPS. They decide to switch it up for this fight, but they're not really getting as much value out of Latios as they were with the Pharah. We're gonna see how that works. The trade does come out, and right now it does favor CrossFire. So CrossFire are playing out of their minds right now because they're so pumped up from those last 2 rounds. They just committed in using 2 ultimates, so they're gonna be having Bomb and Barrage in this next fight. They're also going to be close on Shatter as well. Claymore is going to have to get a lot of value out of her Pulse Bomb. And Nano to win this fight. Oh, but Claymore falls to Pita, and that's actually an insane pin right there. And he does commit Shatter to that, but they don't get any more value out of that. But it doesn't matter, because they're winning this fight as well. So Red is coming up on 6 ultimates. If they lose this fight, it's going to be extremely unfortunate for them. So here comes the Sound Barrier and the Pulse Bomb. Don't get value out of any of them, actually. So there's 2 ults thrown right there. Milchman does take out the PETA, and that's 4 ultimates right there, and they only get 2 kills. Here comes the Res, and it's going to be Nano and Visor. Beat. Well, it still is salvageable, but to be honest, CrossFire shouldn't commit all of their ultimates there. Yep. But if you notice what happened during that fight, the problem that Red is having is that they're not getting value out of their ultimates. For example, they just use Beat and Bomb, and they got 0 value on both of them. There's 2 ultimates down. They used Primal and Bomb, and used Primal and Self-Destruct, and didn't get too much value out of it. They did get value out of Primal, but the only ult that they did get value out of was Visor. So the best thing that they can do is just try to hold on as long as they can. They do take out Gadget, but the Shatter does come out from PETA. But both PETA and K2K had 0 reason to use their ultimates. Both teams are just kind of throwing ultimates around without getting value out of them. They have to play smart, remember? They can't just throw ultimates because they get cocky or they're like really pumped up. You have to still play smart with that. I'm not sure what those 2 ultimates were. It's gonna be 4 ultimates in favor of Red, and the clock is climbing. They cannot afford to waste these ultimates here. But K2K does take out the Ryan Man. That is a huge pick. Huge pick. 2 picks right there. Milchman does take out K2K, but they have no sustain right now. The Self-Destruct comes out. They're trying to salvage this as far as they can, but PETA and King Farba are just doing their best in taking them out. Milchman does take out King Farba and Ridska, but the Res does come out, and it's only Milchman and the Ana and Tracer to salvage this. Claymore has to get picks here. The Riot Man just pushes out there without really any reason to push out there. He could have stayed back. And they're just like throwing their ultimates around, just trying to get value. They really couldn't get the value that they could have out of their ultimates. It looks like, yeah, both teams are just, and it looks like the CrossFire have done the impossible and have taken this map. GG. Very nicely done from CrossFire to be able to pull that back from losing those first 2 rounds. Extremely nicely done. And I'm sure that they are very proud and very pumped up for this next fight. I would say the MVPs for that match would be PETA, Farba, and K2K on the side of CrossFire, and Claymore, Milchman, and Super Blaze on the side of CrossFire. GG. I'm not sure what the next map is going to be, but we're going to have to see.